This is bigger than Super Bowl. This is bigger than anything that you can experience, and it's in your hometown. Don't avoid it. Taste it. Try it. Be a part of it. And I would also encourage everybody to give our welcoming spirit. Kansas City is such a city of welcome. And if we can show that spirit to all these people that are coming in, look, we're gonna have people from Omaha, we're gonna have people from all over that are gonna be coming here. Like, let's give them our KC welcome and show them our best and let people keep talking about Kansas City for years to come.
All right, so we're about to film the second episode of Chopping It Up. We're gonna pick up Keli O'Neill Wenzel for the second episode. She is a total rock star. She is the person behind all the big events of Kansas City, the Irish Fest, the Royals World Series parades, the Chiefs parades, the upcoming World Cup. Cannot wait to pick her up, and let's go.
Chopping it up, what's the conversation? Chopping it up on the regular. Talking it up on a local station. The show where we can just let it flow.
All right, so we're starting the second podcast of Chopping It Up with Keli O'Neill Wenzel. Want to real quickly say thank you to LandJet again. Unbelievable experience. But anyway, for the crowd, who is Keli?
Who is Keli? I brought you, to start this off, I brought you a koozie, which is O'Neill Events. That's my company, and Joy is our job.
Hey.
And what better fitting if it did have a beverage in, but I know we're both working today, but, and then, you know, some matches in case you want to light one up later. But I have my own company. I'm third generation. My grandfather, my dad, I took it in a totally different direction, but it was public relations and marketing. And then I took it in a direction in the early 2000s in kind of event space, festivals, events, anything big in the city, I get to have my hands on, and it's great, and I love it.
Yeah. So did it all start with the Irish Fest?
Yeah, I think the start of where, you know, we were involved in a lot of different things, but then we really kind of took it, and my dad was on a volunteer. The Brookside and Westport had two small festivals back in the late 90s, and they decided to come together and form a bigger one because they both outgrew their spaces. And at the time, it was a bunch of people in the city, my dad included, that were on the board and realized, hey, we just need to have somebody that's going to manage the day-to-day. So let's have Keli do that for now. And that's just really where it all began. And since then, I've done a ton of things, but I knew that that's when I decided I loved what I loved, which was event management, which is also the marketing side, because when you're putting together a festival to get thousands of people there, you got to market to them. So I kind of got to use all my skill sets.
So I'm best friends with your cousin Huddy.
Yes.
He knows. So I did a lot of event planning, like in college. Like I know what goes into it. Like, I mean, you're on like another level of it. So I would like in college, I would do a Chiefs game, and I would organize like 3 party buses, and people would come in during Thanksgiving break and go to it. And I've been there when I've given the deposit. I had no money, and then the buses didn't, all bail the day before without the getting the deposit. So then it's like, how do I? So I'm sure you deal with that all the time.
All the time. I mean, events, it's crisis management is basically all it is, which came back from my PR days, which was crisis management as well. So I realized quickly, and in things like Irish Festival and a lot of the festival, we're always working with volunteers. Yeah. And so a lot of that is, you got to manage people that are there doing it for the love or the loyalty. Yeah. It's not their day job. They're not getting paid. So everything is more extreme, and it's how to handle them, but also handle that to make it smooth and still good. So yeah, it's always something.
So I think this is like a really cool time to do the podcast because you're working on the World Cup, but like driving through Kansas City, I was thinking about like when I was a kid, we never came downtown. No. Downtown was dead. And then all of a sudden, I mean, the last decade or even a little bit longer, it's transformed. I mean, it just has like new life. You see 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light. I mean, all of them going up, getting filled.
Yeah.
I mean, when did you see the transformation of Kansas City?
Well, I talk about this a lot because probably, I mean, I was a part of probably in 2012, we had the All-Star game, the MLB All-Star game.
Yeah. Like are you talking about the home run derby?
All that.
I remember Billy Butler was in it.
Yeah. So we hosted that, and that kind of began. And then in 2015, when the Royals won the World Series, I always say, yes, it had been 30 years since we won. But what was cool about it is I think it gave the city an opportunity to celebrate together and their pride for Kansas City. Before 2015, often people would say, I'm from Kansas City. Like they just kind of huffle it. And it wasn't this proud statement. And at the time, the heart shirts were coming out and people were like wearing them. And all of a sudden you have this big win. We have a 70-degree day in November and the whole city shows up. And it was our pride for our team, sure. But it was our pride for our city. And that's because Kansas City downtown was starting to build up this energy about, hey, wait a minute, it's really cool to be from here.
Yeah.
Everything kind of built right around there.
I think it was too like with the Royals because we aren't this big salary cap team. Like, I mean, like we were able to do it with like the small, salary cap out there. And it just like, I mean, it just felt like we like proved it to the world. I mean, like that we
These boys having fun playing. It's great. I just was able to put on this time last year and the year before that, they did a celebration of the 85 and the 15 team. And all of them came back together. And we did it at Union Station where we had all the guys on the stages and did little interviews and vignettes with them for the foundation for the gala. And it was so fun to see all these guys coming back together like, hey, this is so fun. And then to see the 15 or the 85 guys there, it was fun. And it was a fun little tribute at the end where Garth Brooks, I was one of the few that knew it, Garth Brooks surprised George Brett and came out and sang him a song and happy birthday because that was his night of his birthday. But yeah, that team was special. They just had something in their blood that was just fun, much like the Chiefs beginning,
They had like a lucky cricket. Some lady was like making protein balls from like.
I mean, they were just a cute, fun team. They were just boys playing baseball. It was great.
So that parade had to be your leap up, right? I mean, did you do that parade?
Yeah.
So how and talk to me about that. So like when you got the call. Did you reach out or did they reach out to you and like where were you like, oh my gosh? Like,
it was interesting. At the time it was Sly James was the mayor and I had done the All-Star. I was the host city coordinator when we hosted the MLB All-Star. So I was the coordinator between the Royals and MLB and the city and tried to help. How could we make the city feel embracing it? As well as, kind of be the coordinator. Yeah. So I was already working pretty closely at the time with the team. And all of a sudden they start to win in 14 and we got together with the sports commission and literally the mayor's office calls like, who puts on the parade? And I call the Royals like, who puts on the parade?
We doing?
And they're like,
putting this on.
The city puts, the guy had been from, at the time that was in charge, he had just come from San Francisco or San Francisco or LA, one of the two. And he basically was like, the city puts on the parade. And I was like, okay, so what's this mean? So we got together with the sports commission and started planning. And I will tell you, in 2014, Kathy Nelson and I, who runs the sports commission in Biscayne, she's a legend in this town. We sat after the first meeting we had was Game 5 of the World Series, and we've sat.
Game 5 was the very first meeting.
We had been meeting, but the Royals were so superstitious. They would not talk about a potential parade. So we are out there, people are tailgating, and we go in, have this meeting like, here's our plan, here's the route, here's who's in what bus, a truck, and all this stuff. And we left that meeting, and I think both of us wanted to throw up because we literally were like, we're not ready. We were not ready because they were like, no, we didn't get these buses, and we didn't do this, and we need to change this. and they lost that night, and I'm sad for them for losing, but not really, because we needed to get to work and figure it out. So we at least scrapped our whole plan, rechanged things, and we're much more prepared for 2015, thankfully. But in the end, we also didn't expect 800,000 people to come out.
Yeah.
Park on highways and it'd be a 73 day.
Framed,
Yeah.
you know, like how the Union Station. I mean, it's
it was insane. I mean, just to see that many people. I mean, there were many times I got sick to my stomach actually during that event, because we'd get it kicked off and then we followed it, and we didn't see down in front of Union Station because we were on the route moving the players along. And once we turned that corner and saw that hill, I was like, oh crap.
yeah.
It was crazy. But we learned, we got some more work to do, and then I've done all the other Chiefs parades.
So you've done the Chiefs, but then you also did Oklahoma City, which was awesome. The Thunder, which that's even like smaller market cap than us. Like, how much were you able to be like, this is what we did for the Royals and the Chiefs. This is what we're going to do for you. This is our vendor for buses. Like, or did you get did the vendors come from Kansas City, or you had
a lot of the vendors did.
Okay.
A lot of them are national companies. So it was great. Oklahoma City is the nicest city. I thought Kansas City was, but Oklahoma City is a very, very kind town. It's their MO. And the Thunder actually hired me, and we went down there, and it's just consultants. And I said, look, if I just had a me in 2015, I would have loved it. And I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to guide you on ideas of how you could do it and how to do it correct, because you live and learn.
Yeah.
I mean, the first year we had toilets along the route, as you might. Well, they were used as bleachers. People were sitting on the toilets, and we're like, dumb. Like, so then we moved them a block off, like you do with any event. You learn your lessons and then you change it. Our transportation plan was not great, and we worked on that. I'll be honest, I think all of those parades have led to the NFL draft, to FIFA, hosting FIFA, and being able to pull off what we're doing, because we have a great KCPD. We have a great team that's at the heart of it. The Sports Commission, us, and now the new FIFA team. It's like, it is set us up to be able to do that. In Oklahoma, it was perfect because they listened to everything I said, and their PD, they do big things, but this was huge for them.
Yeah.
And they were prepped, ready. It went off wonderfully, and it reminded me of 2015 in Kansas City,
but not 2014 in Kansas City.
No.
Which obviously we're fingers crossed we can pull off a miracle with the Royals this year. They're not doing so hot. I went on Monday and Wednesday, and
well, we're celebrating the win of yesterday.
Well, no, on Tuesday we lost yesterday.
I know, but I'm saying we're celebrating the win of the announcement yesterday.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm really excited about the location. I mean, I feel like that's kind of like that final area of downtown, because we're doing the riverfront. I mean, I think the riverfront's awesome. What we did with the Rock Island Bridge, that. I mean, like, the city's just transforming.
Well, as we're driving down here now, looking at this, we're working with the Kansas City Streetcar right now, and we're opening this on May 18th. So the final extension is going to be open on May 18th. The bridge is already done, but like, that is a key component to, if you've ever been down here to a KC Current game.
I went to the women's rugby last week, which is awesome, but we had to park and then like get on buses. So that's going to be done. Like, we can just hop on the street
or walk on that beautiful bridge that we just did. They now have the pedestrian bridge as opening. So that will be open, and the streetcar opens May 18th, and then it's open.
Did you have like any involvement with the KC Current Stadium?
Yeah. So KC Current is our client as well. We did the groundbreaking, the opening. We do several events down here and work with them, but it was huge. I have an all-female staff, so it was a really big deal for them to call us and have us be a part of all their big moments.
That's awesome.
It's awesome to see the development down here. Knowing our team today is heavily getting, with the streetcar, you have to wait and see all the test routes and all of that before we can announce the date. So we basically have a short window to pull off this event. But it's great. It's just energy down here.
Like, think about getting out of call. Like, I was talking last Friday. I was like getting out of college and like moving with all your friends down here and like that like beer garden, like that brewery, like the games, like the volleyball.
Yeah.
Played a little sand volleyball there.
It is awesome because, I mean, they did it right. I give a lot of credit to Chris and Angie Long. I mean, they had a vision and they took it, and they're, you know, they really, I used to do the River Fest.
Yeah.
Back when it was the big fireworks on 4th of July, and it had its challenges. I mean, this area has its challenges with it, but now that it's developed out, it's just, it's really that walkability. Now that Kansas City realizes, oh, I don't have to park. I can walk 4 blocks.
Well, and that's the thing with the
stop.
Royals. It's like, oh, there's no parking. It's like we have a streetcar. Go to Grand Falloon, or something on the plaza, hop on the streetcar, go to the game.
Yeah. I mean, even down here, it's like we have season tickets to the Current.
Yeah.
And it's like we mostly just walk, and it's a beautiful walk. And it's like a mile is not a big deal. If you're in Chicago, you're walking a mile to get to the game, right? Even if you're doing that. So I think it's teaching people that, get downtown and walking's good.
Yeah.
And walking's good. There's some cool things happening that I can't wait to see. The restaurants that are going to be opening. There'll just be a lot more activity down here.
Yeah.
The celebration is going to involve it's a Monday. So we're saying we're going to have a press conference, and then everybody can come down and have a picnic. We just say, bring your lunch to work, get on the streetcar and come down. We're going to have music. We're going to have some food trucks. And it's just
okay. So anyone that's listening to this, how do they come?
They come down on Monday the 18th. They literally either pack your lunch or grab something at the food.
Is there a website they go to?
Just go to Streetcar.
Go to Streetcar's website. Okay. So have you been to the Rock Island Bridge yet?
No, I was supposed to have a meeting there with them. My staff has been there. We're doing an event on the bridge this fall. I was supposed to have a meeting, but with all the Royals stuff that started happening, I was busy. I canceled my meeting because I was busy preparing statements. As you know, I'm the executive director for the last 23 years of Kansas City Irish Fest. Kansas City Irish Fest, that's our home where the Royals is going to relocate. So we had a lot of statements and things we had to be prepared for, because in the press conference alone yesterday, they mentioned Kansas City Irish Fest 3 or 4 times in their comments, because both John Sherman and Don Hall are regular attendees of our festival. So as a festival, we support anything good for downtown.
Yeah.
Right? And we recognize it's a slam dunk. What a win for Kansas City to go.
When you got 80 games a year,
Yeah.
It's like, yes. I mean, you're going to grow all these businesses, restaurants around it, where it was at was so fun. Don't get me wrong, where it was at was so fun, but
that was it.
You can help so many people by coming down here.
And the energy and the ease of being able to just hop into a game.
Think about 1:00 games. It's hard to buy a season tickets because it's like, okay, we got a 1:00 game on a Wednesday. Who am I going to be able to go with? But when we went yesterday and took some clients, it's like, if I can just leave my office and go 10 minutes out, and just really not interrupt the day, then that works out really well. Or even go to half a game. You know what I mean? It's like,
the ability.
I have time to go from innings 4 to 9.
And
I actually told Billy Clarkson that he needs to get one of those pedal drinking cards, so because they're so close, it's like you just do a little pedal drinking card to the game.
It's exciting. It felt really good, even though it feels really stressful for us and what we're gonna do. I was the founder of Boulevardia as well, and Boulevardia just ended our 10-year, and we've moved that festival 3 times. So I can tell you, moving festivals is not easy.
It's probably like moving a business, from one building to the next. I mean,
it even takes on a different thing. I think when Boulevardia and why it was so popular is we were down in the West Bottoms, and the West Bottoms had this grit to this kind of edginess. It worked well with urban hipsters, beer drinkers, and alternative music. We move it to shiny Crown Center, and it was fun because everything evolves, right? Urban hipsters are older.
I love that.
Festival.
Crown Center, the disco where you had the silent disco.
Yeah. So, I get excited because I think it's gonna hopefully expand to an opportunity for more events to take place. Because one thing we do know, when we did host the Royals and we did do the Super Bowl, people have to come together. They want community. They want community events. And now, you know, the more these things go away and they're expensive, and there's a reason Boulevardia music festivals are struggling right now, but there's time and a place and evolve, and we just need to continue having events.
So the Rock Island Bridge, that area, I feel like then that's going to be the next area, because like what American Royal left, like you know, what do we really use the Hy-Vee Arena for?
Right.
So when our office is right next to Rock Island, so we went. It was like a 10-minute walk for our guys to go over there. You felt like you're on vacation. I mean, you're ready for it. Like, you really feel like you're on a unique vacation spot over a river. Great vibe. I think that would be a really cool area for Kansas City to focus on next.
Yeah. There's a lot of, the idea of creating something like totally gets me excited. Yes. And so when everybody says, well, we can't do that, we can't fit it there, it's like, can we? Or can you?
So have you ever thought about Loose Park for like a music festival?
Yeah, there's a little bit of challenges. Anytime you have something near neighbors and houses and music and loudness, you have to be a little bit. And that park's special because it has sort of a kind of an agreement with the family that kind of runs some of that versus just Parks and Rec.
Really?
But yeah, so there's always challenges with music, and lots of neighborhoods but the challenges of West Bottom is we had 10,000 tenants, you know, and everybody wants something and doesn't want something. The beautiful part about Crown Center is that it's one landlord, two landlords. It's basically Hallmark and the city, and the Parks and Rec, which is all the city. So there are some reasons for large festivals that I love, the unique small festivals and where they can kind of grow and start. And they all can start somewhere and kind of evolve somewhere else.
Okay, so the World Cup that you're working on, which is, how many days away is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't test days.
It's got to be different because you're not just working with the city here. You're working with FIFA. And FIFA, I've heard, has some very strict guidelines. What complexity is that added?
Well, I kind of got landed in a beautiful spot with what we're doing is, so, you know, obviously there's the FIFA 26 committee, local committee, that is really the conduit between FIFA and everything else for Kansas City. So then Populous was hired to be the lead fan fest.
Like the designer, like that big heart and like everything.
And to lead the whole fan fest experience.
Okay.
They have a whole division, which is interesting. People say, wait, they're an event, they're architect firm, how are they doing? But if you think about it, an architect firm that designs stadiums, they design thousands of people experiences and how you come in and out. I always say a festival's good if your entry is great and your exit's great, and you can put any theme, you can put airplanes in the sky, Irish people on the stage. The bottom line is they got to come in, they got to be fed, drank, and entertained. That's pretty much the basis of all events. If you work with an architect that designs and layouts the space, they get it. They've already done it because they're getting 80,000 people in a stadium on a regular basis. So they have a whole division that does like Super Bowl fan fests. They do
the temporary
fan fests. So they do these type of things. So they have a top-notch crew, and it's been awesome. And then KC26 had them hire me as the lead local consultant. So the nice part is I get to make sure it has the embodiment of Kansas City. All being able to...
You're like the owner's rep.
Right. Just put on, make sure I have a lot of the connections, make sure vendors that should be included in RFPs that aren't, make sure they're there.
Is it really important for you to like Kansas City vendors or?
Well, some can't handle it, right? Capacity is just, it's a big day. It's 18, like for somebody like me to put on stop my entire business to put on one, it just doesn't work. To do what I'm doing works.
Yeah. So is there like a massive warehouse somewhere where vendors are bringing stuff to for this, or
some have local connections, but like, you know, our fencing company we use is national. They're actually national construction, but they have yards all over and kind of source from there. For me, it was also now then laying out the entertainment and making sure that we have a great music scene here in Kansas City and in the region. So making sure that that's there. So when you say, is FIFA hard to work with? Sure. Yeah, I'm sure they have a lot of parameters. There's a lot of things that can do it. But what's really cool is they love Kansas City. Kansas City's the shining star right now.
Really?
They really do.
What did it mean to you when it was selected, when Kansas City was selected?
I mean, I don't put it past, I mentioned Kathy Nelson earlier, our sports commission and her vision and her leadership and the way she styles, and obviously a lot of political connections, made it here because of that. And it was amazing that it's all these big time cities in Kansas City, the smallest market. I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome.
I think it'll be cool. England's going to Meadowbrook.
Yeah.
I think that'll be pretty cool.
I mean, to get arts and Netherlands, Netherlands, I keep telling people, don't dismiss that at all because they have an amazing fan base.
Okay, so Netherlands is crazy. So when I went to Budapest, my brother was like, oh, you need to stay here. And we were in a van just like, not like, like this. It was a Sprinter van. And then all of a sudden, people were chanting in the street. It must have been 3 a.m. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the guy stopped. I was like, no, keep going. He's like, no, this is where you're getting out. And our van was swarmed with Netherlands fans going crazy. Our Shimpla. Yeah.
So they do a fan march.
They just won in soccer.
Yes. They do a fan march before all the games. And then they have this double-decker bus that they ship over. They're shipping over. Unlike, we have double-deckers. We could wrap it and do it. It's the fans own it. And they literally lead with a double-decker, music, do it all. And then it's this march down the street. And it's this it's literally a choreographed march. It's going to be so fun. I mean, we're going to be orange. I would be orange for the day. Like if you want to be a team for a minute, be Netherlands.
Well, so and one of my friends actually is going to the Netherlands game. Yeah. He's going to buy Netherlands gear and try to get in and be in their culture.
And they have, I've met with the Dutch contingent a few times. They're so excited and it's going to be really cool for Kansas City. And then the Fan Fest, we're going to put elements in there with some entertainment that will also be their DJ and some of their stuff. But then we're also going to have a local DJ that's going to learn all the favorite Dutch songs and put those out or wear all the Dutch things. So it's going to be fun.
It's not going to be DJ Skittles who is at the Boulevardia.
We do have DJ Skittles.
You have DJ Skittles? Let's go.
We do have DJ Skittles. He is on the list.
Okay. That's beautiful. What about people that are freaked out about security? How much security is going into this?
I mean, I can assure you that the security measures around FIFA alone, just from FIFA standards and anything at this high magnitude are at the top. I don't know if you
You're bringing global attention.
Yeah. And the fact that if you guys heard this week, they did on Tuesday, a whole kind of like a run through of scenarios.
Yeah.
And they're just, I have a lot of faith in Chief Graves. She's been through a lot with us together when it comes to that and her leadership style and how the PD and how the medical teams, I feel really confident in the security that they're putting in place.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, FanFest is free, but you have to register and you have to go through, and so it's a perimetered place, and
So you mentioned the chain smokers. See, I didn't even know these high profile, musicians are coming. Who's all going?
Yeah. So we're going to kick it off with chain smokers on opening weekend, Tech 9, a local case study. And then we have Flow Right On Juneteenth, which is fitting and fun. We have this band, I don't know if anybody remembers Simafunk from Boulevardia. We had them a few years back. Super fun Cuban band and we intentionally put some bands with who's playing. So FanFest is a watch party. We're going to have this huge stage with these LED screens.
Where is
watch.
it? I mean,
it is.
Are we doing anything up there like we did for the NFL draft? The Union Station?
So Union Station will be doing their own thing. The Fan Fest is on the south side of Liberty Memorial. If you went to Chapel Rowan or anything like that, that's where.
I was at a wedding at the Union Station Chapel Roan concert.
Oh yeah, I was at a wedding. My niece got married.
It was pretty tough to get out. But
Yeah. So it's on the south side. They're expecting about 25,000 people a day. It's open 18 days, and basically it's a register. You have to register. That doesn't mean you're automatically in. So you've got to get there. They assume people will rotate because it's a fan. If you have a game you want to watch, all the USA matches will be huge. But then they'll show other games, and then we'll have a stage that will have in between games. They'll have these national acts as well as the local acts. So Chainsmokers, Flo Rida, Sima-Funk, Tech Nine. We have Gabby Barrett, who's a country up-and-coming rising star, young country artist. And then we end with All American Rejects at the end weekend at Tech Nine. Yeah,
we got a good roster.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of trying to gauge all interests and likes. But the key about booking any music for a festival, it's got to be high energy and fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyone, I mean, some people are like, I'm not leaving my house during it.
You know,
it's like I go
and I want to
use the streetcar. Probably like that's the biggest thing. Is like use the streetcar.
Or what? Yeah. It's summer. It's not that big of a deal. I will tell you, every person that says, will you sell my house, Keli? I'm gonna go to the lake for the month. I don't want to be anything a part of it. I say, shame on you.
Yeah.
Like, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
People want to travel for this from out of town, from around the world. It's like, and you have it right here.
Experience what our world doesn't get to see.
Yeah.
But all these other nations, this is bigger than Super Bowl. This is bigger than anything that you can experience, and it's in your hometown. Don't avoid it. Taste it. Try it. Be a part of it. And I would also encourage everybody to give our welcoming spirit. Kansas City is such a city of welcome. And if we can show that spirit to all these people that are coming in, look, we're going to have people from Omaha. We're going to have people from all over that are going to be coming here. Like, let's give them our KC welcome and show them our best and let people keep talking about Kansas City for years to come.
Absolutely. I mean, I've really never met anyone that's come here and been like, I didn't really like that.
No,
everyone always leaves like, I actually really liked Kansas City.
I had no idea. I just didn't expect it. And it's kind of like, I love The Secret, but now it's kind of time for Kansas City to keep shining. There aren't many people like what I do. And so I was lucky enough to be called. I did have a small conversation for a few days with Seattle Seahawks this year, and they ended up having somebody local do it. There's certain markets that, no, they'll never need somebody like me. But, you know, I've worked with KC Current. We went to the championship, playoffs last year.
Yeah, Las Vegas, if you're hearing this right now, like when it comes, you need someone.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some markets that can use some. Look, I always say, even if it's just on an account consultant role, there are a lot of things, like specifically in this day and age with safety and security, which we learned here in Kansas City, unfortunately, that we've learned a lot. And we know now what's happening in the market. I serve on the World Board for festivals and events. So my peers are the Pasadena Rose Bowl and Parade, Kentucky Derby, some of the largest things in the country and the world. And we're constantly looking at the trends, the things that are happening in the industry that we need to better perfect and get better, to bring in speakers to educate us more, to do all that. And I think that's the only thing really attacking events right now is some of those things that are making it costly. But I would love to go. I have 2 or 3 events out of the city this year, which I love it. I love to travel, so it makes me excited. But my heart's in Kansas City, so we'll stay here. But I'm not going to do this forever. I'm going to go have fun.
I love it. I love the business. Like, as I said, like in college, I was that person. I don't do it now. I don't have time.
No. That's why you hire people like us.
Exactly.
So once you get big and you want to have we're doing a bunch of corporate events.
Like a big birthday party?
No, a big birthday party that involves...
Have you ever done that?
Pitbull? Yeah.
You've done a big birthday party?
Yeah. Last summer down at the KC Current.
Marquette.
And Pitbull was the featured artist.
This is 305.
Yeah. Melissa Etheridge made an appearance. I love doing things that, they're not like everybody else's. I put on my 50th birthday this year, and it was pretty spectacular. I'll just say so myself.
In my 30th, in a few weeks, if you want to just go pull something off.
Yeah, you just, I think celebrating moments is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something I need to get better at. While we wrap this up, I love to give, guests the opportunity to pitch a philanthropy. Like, what's your favorite philanthropy? If anyone's listening that you would want to endorse and raise money for?
Gosh, that's hard. I have so many. Many of our clients are nonprofits. So I always say it's like picking your favorite kid. Right now, our team's working on Harvesters. We're doing the festival that's next weekend. We work with United We, which is a women's organization, really putting women on the map, fighting for some different change things for, women in the workplace, leadership roles and all of that. Love it. My heart has always been, and I would say it's right now because my younger brother, he is the principal, or he's the president of Gordon Parks Charter School. I think serving the kids and the youth in our community that need some of that is a huge find. We forget that education isn't as easy for everyone, and some of that structure and routine that some of us were blessed with, not all are. So I said that's a huge one. But yeah, it's always hard to pick a nonprofit because I'm like probably hurting a client's feelings if I don't pick them. So yeah.
Well, I guess it sounds like just if your kid's having a food drive, donate a bunch of food. They'll participate.
Yeah.
Buy in.
For years, I have 3 adopted kids, so I was really big on adoption services and some of that. But yeah, it just depends. Every year it's something different. I think the bottom line is we all need to give to our community and be a part of our community.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. You have an amazing story, amazing work ethic. You do like so much behind the scenes that no one realizes. But they love, who's behind those festivals? It's you and your team.
Yeah, that's why we call ourselves the Wonder Engineers, because like you, we're an engineer and we engineer them great, but they create wonder and fun. So it makes it a little more sexy than I'd say working with fans like you do.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to the World Cup, and we wish you the best of luck. I know this is like the power hour before it.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you, LandJet.
Yeah, thank you.
Choppin' it up.